Hey guys, Satorix on the last video here for our League Start Gladiator Sweep build. After this point in the league, I have switched my build, but this build has gotten me all the way through my Atlas and gotten all of my Void Stones, completed all of the bosses, as well as made me enough currency through current activities to build into something to really bring in the money. The reason that I decided to switch builds at this point is because the kind of content that this league requires you to do to make some real currency, I just did not see being able to invest enough into this build at this point to make it that way. We obviously could have, but I chose to just take it as quite a successful league start with everything said and done and move on to the next one. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. This will be around. I'm sure it's going to be viable as long as I don't make any new and crazy changes to Melee. If you followed the build, I appreciate it. If you have questions, keep on asking. I really appreciate you guys in the comment sections, curiosity about the build. And as for the final little go through of the build here, if you guys have any questions, feel free, comment section, give me a like, subscribe. Really appreciate you guys, and without further ado, let's get to the POB, and then we'll get to some big examples of our Maven kills, as well as some other Maven stuff. Alright, see you guys. Alright, and here we go, the last and final breakdown of where the build is going to leave off. As I mentioned before, we were able to complete absolutely everything in terms of what you expect a league starter to do. We were able to complete our entire Atlas, as well as all of the Maven bosses, as well as all of the Shaper bosses, Shaper, Elder bosses, as well as Elder and Uber Elder to get our Void Stone. And we actually farmed for a little bit, just random Guardian maps and such, as well as Cirrus, because we just wanted to see if our build could do bossing, and it does it pretty well. I think the thing that makes this build kind of nice is it is extremely tanky. It survives pretty well. The effective hit pool is not accurate on this right now because I'm set up for the Guardian Pinnacle bosses. This is what to expect when you're fighting the Pinnacle bosses. But really, I mean, this is kind of where we left everything off. Have a ton of damage down here, a lot of bleed. We finished off with Born to Fight, so this was our last little stretch here. We can do quite a bit of other things with these 4 points if I decided that I wanted to invest more money in it. Like we can get this jewel slot and get a Watcher's Eye, and then this jewel slot and then get some jewels as well to start supplementing some damage. There was ways that I was messing with that we could scale it even further to get some cluster jewels, but unnecessary. As a league start, this has done exactly what I wanted it to do. Like I said, completed the Atlas and everything imaginable. You'll see some videos coming up of Maven. And now let's go over, you know, really why it was such a good league start to begin with. So everything that I have here, I see the Uprising and the Alls. This was a investment to get some more damage here at the end. But even then, you know, I was still able to make a rare work perfectly fine. Even on the videos that you've seen of the examples, it's using a rare amulet, not even the alls. The Circle of Guilt we had day 2 with. I mean, this was 3C. I bought this for 3C and it's still with us. The Rathala's Coil, this is really just like at the end game here. This piece is pretty much your pinnacle piece to the build. As long as you have this piece, you know, everything else can just fall into place. This, at the time I bought it, was around 10 divines, but it's definitely less than that now. And before I got this, we were still doing just fine clearing out. We were able to do Abyss to make some money and really build everything else that we needed. And really everything else is just suppression and resistances, suppression and resistances, suppression resistances, suppression resistances, and it wasn't that hard to make. Really, the hardest part was the axe, and the only reason the axe took a little bit of time to build was because we messed around a lot to see what the best way was to make it. And honestly, I can even build this up even more, but 1111 physical DPS is more than enough to conquer anything in the game. I mean, at this point, this is sufficient for anything that you're going to need. You buy the base, you slam it with some contempts until you hit a decent hybrid fizz damage percentage. You craft prefixes cannot be changed and hit it with a harvest craft speed, and pray to God you don't hit 3 suffixes and get the attack speed, and pray for an open suffix as well. Craft the physical damage over time, and boom. There's really nothing to this axe. Like I said, I made a few of them. The first couple I sold for 5 and 10 divines that I was just messing around with. But ever since I left this build, I sold this axe for 50 divine, and really it only took me about 5 or 6 to make, and that's including the buying the base on it. So definitely a very easy build to run and to make, making this extremely league start viable. The flasks were also pretty easy. There's no groundbreaking tech here, you know, unless we were ready to start taking it to the next level. We could have started putting in like threads of hope here for medium, saving all these points, going into clusters, and really getting that up to about 8-9 million DPS. But like I said, I didn't really have to do that. I mean, the build was more than enough the way that it was, and I'm satisfied with it. You know, if you guys want to keep going and build on from here, by all means, show me. I mean, I'd be really down to see what you guys are able to do with it. But other than that, thank you guys again for enjoying my build. The next videos to come out are going to be our regular, you know, guides on how to make some currency. I'm ready to get in there and start really making some money, and hopefully you guys stick around for that. And after this, I'm going to send you guys and show you guys some examples of our Maven fight as well as our invitation fights. So I believe we had the fear fight, not the fear, the one for Cortex, the synthesized bosses, and you'll see that. So thanks again, guys. Really hope you liked it, and we'll see you guys after the examples. And last but not least, thank you guys so much again for following the video guides. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. This really isn't the type of content that I normally do. If you guys like it, show some support. And I'm not going to make another build this league most likely, but next league I might try to make another build if you guys like it enough. And, you know, back to making some currency. So, you know, give me a subscribe, follow, and stick around to see some of that as well. I think you guys will enjoy the type of money that we're about to make. So, as always, guys, thank you very much. Have a good one. And come check out the Discord. Come check out the Kick. Peace.